Hey, it's me. I'm cheating this week. I hope you don't mind. As you can probably see, a wild storm out there. It's nice thunder, you know, kind of Tyrannus sort of storm. So I'm kind of inside, but I got a window open. And I figure it'll be okay. And you guys can hear thunder, which makes me happy. All of this makes me happy. Anyway, hey, welcome to, I guess this is number 13, 14, I can't remember. I don't think it really matters what number it is, but it's the week after solstice. It's very close to the beginning of July, and yeah, there's a summer storm. I'm loving this. I hope you are too. So, by the way, the shot that I started this with, that's where I live. Where I live, you know, 3/4 of my time, 5 days a week, at my man's place, which I guess is kind of becoming mine too. He's turning a room into my office, which is really nice. Yeah. So, if you were watching last week's, you know, probably saw something, and I might even try to put some of the video clip into this one so you can kind of see, but mostly, this storm. Sorry. You might have noticed, because I was talking about caterpillars at some point. It's like, oh yeah, you know, I was under a tree and then I got rained on by caterpillars. Woo. So, those caterpillars are called oak processional spinners. They're pre-moth caterpillars, as it were, and they're called processional because they move from tree to tree in a line with like a big one going first, so it's kind of like a, you know, parade or literally a procession, and they're awful. So you can see on the video I'm doing this a lot, kind of like you know, it's because they fell on my neck. Now, I'm not from here. I'm not from Luxembourg. I'm not from this area. I've only been in Europe for a few years, so of course I'm not used to all of the plants that are here. I find in general they're a lot more tame than in the United States. For instance, you don't have spiders that will, you know, eat necrotic holes into your legs like you do in the Northwest in Seattle, which happened to me a few times, by the way. It's awful. But so, the oak processional spinner isn't from here either. Thanks to climate change, this caterpillar that lives primarily in Turkey, the whole sort of Anatolia, southern Europe area, has been moving north. It just appeared apparently about 10 years ago in Luxembourg. You know, it's also in Germany, Belgium, France as well. And so, with climate change, because things are getting warmer, it's spread its habitat further north. Unfortunately, the natural predators, and I've talked a lot about predators, and especially apex predators, in the series so far, but none of its natural predators have also moved north. For instance, there are some birds that will eat it, which are native to Turkey. They live there. And there's a beetle the oak processional spinner is its favorite food. Neither of them are here. So, unbeknownst to me, I got stung by them. Now, you've seen caterpillars with their tiny little like hairs all over the place, kind of cute. You know, I remember in the United States, I'd pet them. It was fun. You don't want to do this with those. So those hairs break off on the oak processional spinner, and they're poisonous. I ended up having a really good reaction, which is kind of terrifying because my reaction was to break out into absolutely horrible hives. Over the next 12 to 16 hours, I was completely covered in them. The next morning, I didn't sleep very well. I had nightmares all that night. And the next morning, when my man woke up, I was like, help. And he's like, oh God, what happened? I'm like, I don't know, maybe a spider. Because of course that's what I was thinking, spider, right? Because I have pretty wild reactions to spiders in the United States. He's like, there's no spider that would do that. And an hour later he asked, did you touch any caterpillars? And I'm like, well, yeah, like 4 of them fell on my neck. And he's like, oh. So there we had the answer. 4 oak processional spinners dropped their hairs on me. And yeah, so I had to go to the pharmacy to get an antihistamine to stop the spread. And as I said, I had a good reaction. Other people go into immediate anaphylactic shock from that. Climate change. First of all, by the way, I wasn't even going to go to that forest last weekend. I was thinking there's this crazy monument that's sort of up on the hill, and it's nothing like Stonehenge, but I was like, you should go up there. Because it was solstice, right? But I didn't. Instead I was like, no, I'm lazy, I want to go to this forest. So first mistake, always listen to your intuition. 2, climate change. You probably heard really recently as well, in the Arctic, they had like 100-degree Fahrenheit weather for a day or 2. That story got kind of buried behind everything else because, COVID keeps happening, more and more infections everywhere. There's so much to pay attention to that it's understandable we don't hear it all. But with climate change, all of these things happening, making it more difficult for humans and non-humans to live, that's accelerating more and more and more. That's why I like the storm, by the way. And the storm isn't stopping climate change. In fact, the weather has increasingly gotten warmer here. I was talking to some people who, one who was from Luxembourg for a while, and he was talking about how, every winter used to be snowy. Not anymore. I think we got like 1 day of snow this last winter. 2, maybe. I saw in the United States, I'm really sorry to see this, there's a huge Saharan dust storm from sands blowing across the Atlantic. And coming to the, what is that, mid-Atlantic, I guess? I don't really know what to say. I'm sorry. I mean, you don't either, I assume. Like, you hear that crow, by the way? Totally been surrounded by crows, actually, since that happened. Every day, more and more and more crows. The sky's black with them. Not at the moment because there's a storm, but you can hear them. I'm sorry, they're ravens. But I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't think there is anything to do sometimes. Just kind of figure out how to live and be kind to each other and not make this worse. But lots of people will make it worse. I want to give you guys something happy to hear, to think about. I'm happy. Does that count? I mean, maybe not, but I'm fucking happy. I'm in love. I'm loved. I'm in a great place. I feel great. My work is great. Art, doing art in a time like this sort of seems like the only thing you can do. My art, my writing, these videos. It helps us remember why this world is worth living on, what's important, which is us and this earth. That's all. It's awful, but it's also okay. We can't change much. We could fight and get really bitter and cynical and despair and wear ourselves down to nothing trying to stop this. Or we can listen to thunder and rain and lightning and enjoy what's here while it's still here. Anyway, I love you all. I hope you're well. Thanks for not minding me not being in a forest right now, but trees are pretty nice, yeah? I'm gonna take you outside. Sorry, the light will change. You won't be able to see things for a minute, and then there we go. There we are. So there's your little Luxembourg rural storm. And this is me, I guess, signing off. Trying to make it so you can see me. There we go. And thank you for all your support. Deeply appreciate it. And I hope you're well. I hope your summer is beautiful, or your winter if you're in the south. It's gonna be okay. Love you all.